Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rachel Davis, and if you don't know already, the purpose of my YouTube channel is to talk about my experience as a personal trainer throughout the last 8, almost 9 years, to give you advice, tips on how to get started if you're looking for a career change, and everything that's worked for me and what hasn't worked for me. In today's video, I want to talk about getting started as an in-home personal trainer. And by that, I mean you are traveling to your client's home to perform the training session. It has its pros and cons. I think it has some more pros than cons. So really the only con I can think about is traveling time. So you can't get in a ton of clients because you do have to factor in traveling time, but I'll talk about how you can get compensated for that. And then there is one other con. These clients can be hard to find, but if you are working at a different job, a different full-time job to support yourself, and you're a new trainer, or you want to leave the gym atmosphere and you want to start getting a feel of how it is to work on your own, then in-home training is a great way to kind of get more clients, get a following, and again, see what it's like to work for yourself, be self-employed, and have control. So again, when you just start out in the fitness industry, you can't just kind of jump from one profession into the training industry and support yourself. It's sort of a transition period, especially if you're working in a gym or on your own and you have no clients. So most gyms start you out with, you don't get paid unless you have a client. So again, if you're trying to just get a couple clients in and still work at your full-time job, this would be a great opportunity for you. You can charge what you want. You don't have to split any commission with the gym, and you're in control of your schedule. So you can easily make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month just by taking on a couple clients. I kind of just went over the pros to making extra money, being in control of your own schedule, charging what you want, and getting extra compensation for the travel. You will need to have your own liability insurance. You don't need to actually set up an LLC or a DBA. You would just take that money, put it into your bank account, and then tell your accountant you have a little extra side job, and it would be like a Form C or something on your taxes, but you are gonna have to pay taxes on that, so just be aware. Now I'm gonna talk about the compensation. So I was and still am, I still do a couple clients in their homes, and I never did this, but I wish I did, but I'm not gonna change it now. Let's say you have your flat rate for what you're charging for training. You can either up the price a little bit, or what I would recommend is maybe doing like $1 a mile. So let's say they live 10 miles from you, that's 10 miles one way and 10 miles back. If you did $1 a mile, that's an extra $20 onto their training session. So that would help compensate you for the travel. Or you can just raise your prices for the one-on-one sessions. That is up to you. But it is more of a luxury service, you traveling to your client's home and bringing the equipment with you. So you should charge a little bit more than you would if someone came to you. And so it's a great way to make some extra money and to start a following. Now, I want to talk about the equipment that I use and how you can find it on a budget. So you don't need a ton of equipment. This is not something like starting your own studio. You don't have any rent to pay or anything like that, so there's little overhead. You do just need a couple pieces of equipment that will give your clients variety and keep them from getting bored and also reaching their goals. Some clients do have their own equipment, so that's great, but there's a couple extra things that I would recommend that travel well and they won't cost you a lot. So everything I show you, I found really great deals for on Amazon, and I'm going to link my Amazon favorites to the description, and you can go right to my page and you can find all of this stuff. So you can start, if this is something you want to do in the future, I would recommend starting collecting some items now. That way you don't have to buy it all at once. That's what I did, and I only had to get a couple things, and I'm still adding on to my collection. So let's start with some equipment. My favorites, again, they travel well. These super bands, they look like a really long rubber band. You can find these on Amazon. You get 4 different resistances. People use them, really, you see them a lot for assisted pull-ups, but there is so many exercises you could do with these bands. I actually have a reel on Instagram showing a couple different exercises, so you can find me on Instagram. I'll link my name in the description as well. So these are great. These will, all 4 will run you a little over $30. Next, these fabric bands, which you get 3 resistances. I think the one I linked actually might have 4. Not expensive at all. I think between $12 and $15, and they're fabric, so they don't roll. They're very comfortable. You can do a lot of great exercises with them, and you can wash them. So these 2 things take up no space. Of course, I would always recommend getting a kettlebell. This one's from Rogue, but I have one linked on my Amazon favorite page. It's 25 pounds, and I think it's only $30. So there's a lot that you can do with a 25-pound kettlebell. A lot of stuff. So that gives you a good option. And again, it's tiny, it travels well. Just be safe when you're traveling with it. Next up, a pair of light dumbbells. A lot of the times, the people who want in-home training are maybe a little bit older. They don't have insane goals. They just want to be healthy. They just want to move better. So maybe a set of 5-pound dumbbells and a set of 10 or 8s. But I linked a set of 5-pound dumbbells that are on sale right now on my Instagram favorites page. So you should check that out and grab a pair. My favorite is a stability ball. A lot of people do have these lying around, but I love these. There are so many exercises you can do, hamstring curls, rollouts, all kinds of stuff. Love this piece of equipment, and again, it's not heavy, it travels well, it can fit in your car. TRX. So my clients love the TRX. They love when I bring it to their houses. They request it every time. I have the TRX set linked to my favorites page. It comes with one of these. So all you do is you take your TRX band, and you link it onto this. You find a heavy duty door. You open the door, you put this around the door, and then you shut it. So it's very sturdy. It's not going to go anywhere unless they don't have a sturdy door, but find like a storm door, a front door, something really sturdy, and then you get to use this TRX, which again, my clients are obsessed with. TRX is the best. So that is something that is a little more pricey, but it is a great investment. I'm telling you, if you don't get anything else, get one of these. I have 2 more. Actually, what I'm sitting on. This is a little stepper. I take this to my clients. They love it. You could do step-ups, you could do elevated planks, you could do rows, all kinds of stuff. Another really great investment. This is from Body Solid. This ran me almost $130, but I found one on Amazon that has great reviews for less than 70. It's 60 something. Again, it gives you a lot of options, tons of variety. And then I have one more that I love, and so do my clients. This was also a little pricey, but it's really cool. I don't know if you've ever seen these. So the actual brand that I started with, the first time I used one of these was a Viper, but this is kind of like a knockoff. It's just called a fitness tube. It has handles. So you can do a lot of stuff with this. You can get really creative with it. And it's really cool. I like to use it for hip thrusters. I like to do something called a floor to ceiling, down, up, a nice quick movement. bedroom slippers on. It gives you a lot of good cardio type exercises to really get the heart rate up. So those are all what I would suggest. I do not take all of this stuff to a client's home at once. I plan the workout out. I usually always bring the TRX, and then I'll bring maybe 2 other pieces of equipment. So maybe just TRX and bands, or TRX and dumbbell, or TRX and the fitness tube. I don't take everything with me. I don't have a big suitcase that I travel with. I just take a couple items and I plan the workouts. So all of this stuff, I don't know, probably cost you less than $500, and you have a full arsenal of at-home training equipment that your clients will love. It'll give you a ton of variety, and you can write it off. So that is another plus. I hope you found this video helpful. Next up, I'm going to do another video of how I fully filled my own fitness studio with equipment on a budget, how I did it, exactly what my mentality was, my vision was, and I am very successful here in my own studio, and I have very little overhead. So like this video for part 2, which is filling my own training studio on a budget and how I did it. And again, hope you like this video and found it helpful. Like for the next video and subscribe if you find my videos helpful. Thanks guys, hope you're having a great year and stay safe out